On May 28, 1998, Phil Hartman, a popular SNL actor and comedian, died at the age of 49 when his wife, Bryn Omdahl Hartman, murdered him inside their Los Angeles home before killing herself. America was startled to learn that Phil Hartman's wife had shot him dead in a gruesome murder-suicide case. In this video, we are going to dive deep into this case to find out what happened that day to Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman was a comedian and actor loved by millions. He had a gift for making people laugh, with a talent for impersonations, character acting, and voice work that few could match. Phil rose to fame on Saturday Night Live, SNL, where he created unforgettable characters and nailed impressions of famous people like Bill Clinton. He was also a voice actor on The Simpsons, where he played characters like Lionel Hutz and Troy McClure. His career was at its peak, and his talent made him a household name. Behind the scenes, however, Phil's personal life was troubled. His marriage to Bryn Omdahl was falling apart, leading to a tragedy that would shock Hollywood and break the hearts of fans around the world. Phil Hartman was born September 24, 1948, in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. He was the fourth of 8 children in a large Catholic household. When he was 10, his family relocated to the United States, residing in California. Growing up, Phil was a creative and independent child who enjoyed making others laugh. However, in such a large family, he sometimes felt forgotten, so he learned to entertain people to stand out. After graduating in the 1970s, Phil moved to Los Angeles and joined the improvisational comedy troupe The Groundlings. His innate knack for impressions, character voices, and improvisation rapidly established him as a standout among the group. By the mid-1980s, Phil Hartman had joined Saturday Night Live, where he would create some of his most iconic characters and impressions. His path to stardom had taken him from a quiet childhood in Canada to the heights of American comedy, and he quickly became one of the show's most beloved cast members. In 1986, Phil got to know Bryn. She was renowned for her beauty and charm, and was once a model and aspiring actress. It appeared like a match made in heaven when they first met. Bryn was thrilled about their future together, while Phil was giving, gentle, and laid back. After being married in 1987, they had 2 kids, a daughter named Bergen and a son named Sean. Phil was overjoyed to have children and hoped to provide them with a secure and contented life. It seems that he had finally realised his dream of success in both his work and family. Bryn, though, was having trouble. She struggled to get a job as an actress and felt insecure about the Hollywood way of life. Bryn became increasingly irritated as Phil's career took off. She frequently felt alone and overshadowed, as though she were living in Phil's shadow rather than realising her own goals. As she watched Phil win public acclaim and admiration, while her goals went unmet, she started to feel anger. Bitterness was sown by this jealousy and will only intensify with time. Bryn also suffered from addiction. She had struggled with drugs and alcohol for a long time before meeting Phil. Despite her best efforts to stay sober, she relapsed, and her substance abuse hurt every aspect of her life, including marriage. Friends and family noted a shift in Bryn's behaviour when she drank or used drugs. She became erratic, exhibiting dramatic mood swings that frequently resulted in disputes with Phil. Phil attempted to encourage her through her addiction, standing by her side and pushing her to seek help. However, her addiction would come and go in cycles, putting further strain on their marriage. Phil, known for his laid-back nature, frequently withdrew when their disagreements became too heated. He was not a confrontational person and disliked confrontations, so he would emotionally detach himself anytime Bryn's conduct became unstable. Some friends later said that Phil sought to ignore the problems away, believing they would resolve themselves over time. This emotional barrier made Bryn feel even more insecure and unloved. Phil spent more time at work, where he was valued and respected, while Bryn felt increasingly isolated and alone at home. Over time, Bryn found it more difficult to control her wrath and envy. She felt insecure about their relationship and frustrated that she couldn't pursue a career like Phil's. Despite Phil's lack of indications, she started to worry that he may abandon her. Phil felt powerless as her jealousy occasionally escalated into confrontations and accusations. He confided in friends that he was confused about how to deal with Bryn's outbursts and felt caught between his feelings for her and the chaos she brought into their lives. Phil's success on SNL and The Simpsons continued to grow, but his home life was becoming unbearable. Despite the tension at home, Phil stayed focused on his work and his career kept climbing. He was regarded as a brilliant comedian, a kind person, and a dependable friend. Yet behind closed doors, the tension between him and Bryn was reaching a breaking point. On the night of May 27th, 1998, Bryn went out with a friend. During the evening, she drank heavily and used cocaine. When some turned home in the early hours of May 28th, she and Phil got into a heated argument. The details of the argument remain unclear, but Bryn's anger and jealousy come to the surface. In a fit of rage, she took a gun and shot Phil 3 times while he was asleep. She then left the house and went to a friend's home, where she confessed to the killing. Bryn's friend didn't believe her at first, thinking it was another one of her emotional outbursts. But when they went back to the house together, they found Phil dead. After realising what she had done, Bryn locked herself in a room and took her own life. Their 2 young children, Sean and Bergen, were found unharmed in the home. The news of Phil Hartman's death spread quickly, and people were shocked and heartbroken. Fans, friends, and colleagues couldn't believe that such a beloved comedian and gentle soul could be taken in such a violent way. Hollywood mourned, and the tragedy was covered in the news for weeks. People struggled to understand how a man who brought so much joy could have faced so much darkness in his personal life. Phil's death left a void in the entertainment world. He was remembered not only for his incredible talent, but also for his kind heart and gentle spirit. Many people who knew him struggled with feelings of guilt, wondering if there was anything they could have done to help. His close friends, colleagues, and fans were left with a haunting question: how did things go so wrong? The story of Phil Hartman's life and tragic death is a reminder of how difficult addiction and mental health struggles can be, especially when they are kept hidden from the public eye. It also highlights the intense pressures of fame, which can make personal problems even harder to manage. Bryn's jealousy, insecurity, and addiction created a toxic environment that Phil tried to navigate with patience and love. But in the end, the struggles proved too much for both of them. Phil's children, Sean and Bergen, were left to grow up without their parents. They were raised by Phil's brother and his wife, who tried to give them as normal a life as possible, away from the shadow of their parents' tragedy. Both Sean and Bergen have kept a low profile, choosing to live out of the public eye as they move forward with their lives. Today, Phil Hartman is remembered for his incredible contributions to comedy and television. His work on SNL, The Simpsons, and various films continues to entertain and inspire new generations of fans. His characters, impressions, and performances have left a lasting mark on the world of comedy. Yet, his story also serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of untreated mental health issues, addiction, and the hidden pain that can lie beneath even the most successful lives. While Phil Hartman is celebrated for his talent and his kindness, the tragedy of his death is a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of seeking help in times of need. His legacy lives on, but his untimely death has left a somber note in Hollywood history. Comment down below your viewpoint and let us know what your take is on this case. And if you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth stories. Stay tuned for more interesting videos. Thanks for watching,